lovely subscribers. Here we are to learn Java language for computer programming step by step according to a book whose title is Java A Beginner's Guide 8th edition. You can download the book or you can buy it. But we here teach the book to you and solve its obstacles. At first, we want to start with the first chapter. In the first chapter of the book, we want to learn some titles like know the history and the philosophy of Java, understand Java's contribution to the internet, understand the importance of bytecode, know the Java buzzwords, understand the foundational principles of object-oriented programming, create and compile and run a simple Java program, use variables, use the if and for control statements, create blocks of code, understand how statements are positioned, indented, and terminated, know the Java keywords, understand the rules for Java identifiers. But in this video, we want to explain these titles. The importance of Java and the origins of Java and Java's lineage, considering C and the C++ language, how Java impacted the internet, Java simplified web-based programming, Java applets, Java and C#. At first, we want to examine the importance of Java. Okay, as you know, for briefly saying, we want to say that not only is Java one of the world's most important computer languages, it is a force that revolutionized programming and in the process changed the world. Although Java is a language often associated with internet programming, it is by no means limited in that regard. Java is a powerful, full-featured general-purpose programming language. Thus, if you are new to programming, Java is an excellent language to learn. Moreover, to be a professional programmer today implies the ability to program in Java. It is that important. In the course of this book, you will learn the basic skills that will help you master it. Let's talk about the origins of Java. Somewhat surprisingly, the original impetus for Java was not the internet. Instead, the primary motivation was the need for a platform-independent language that could be used to create software to be embedded in various consumer electronic devices, such as toasters, microwave ovens, and remote controls. As you can probably guess, many different types of CPUs are used as controllers. The trouble was that at the time, most computer languages were designed to be compiled into machine code that was targeted for a specific type of CPU. For example, consider the C++ language. Continue. The book says that Java has solved the problem of expensive and time-consuming compilers because Java is a portable cross-platform language. After that, and the role of internet emerged, and because a world wide web needed a portable language programming too, so Java became more important. Needless to say that what that ultimately led to Java's large-scale success was the internet. If we want to explain the Java's lineage, we should consider C and C++. Java inherits syntax from C language and inherits object model from C++ language. Of course, the existence of the two languages, C and C++, facilitated Java's acceptance by the programming community. The modern age of programming began with C. It moved to C++ and then to Java. By inheriting and building on that rich heritage, Java provides a powerful, logically consistent programming environment that takes the best of the past and adds new features related to the online environment and advances in the art of programming. Perhaps most important, because of their similarities, C and C++ and Java define a common conceptual framework for the professional programmer. Programmers do not face major rifts when switching from one language to another. One of the similarities between Java and C and C++ was that Java was designed and tested and refined by real working programmers. It is a language grounded in the needs and experiences of the people who devised it. For one more point, I want to say that Java is not simply the internet version of C++. Java has significant practical and philosophical differences from C++. Furthermore, Java is not an enhanced version of C++. For example, it is neither upwardly nor downwardly compatible with C++. Moreover, Java was not designed to replace C++. Java was designed to solve a certain set of problems. C++ was designed to solve a different set of problems. They will coexist for many years to come. Okay, let's know how Java impacted the internet. Java impacted the internet in three steps. At first, the creation of Java simplified the internet programming in general, acting as a catalyst that drew legions of programmers to the web. Second, Java innovated a new type of networked program called the applet that changed the way the online world thought about content. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, Java addressed some of the thorniest issues associated with the internet, portability and security. how Java simplified web-based programming. Actually, the purpose was gained by the two features of Java language: portability and networking. And Java provided mechanisms that enabled programs to be readily delivered over the internet. Although the details are beyond the scope of this book, it is sufficient to know that Java's support for networking was a key factor in its rapid rise. I think it's enough, and we should know something about Java applets. If the user clicks a link, at first we want to know about the applets. At the time of Java's creation, one of its most exciting features was the applet. An applet is a special kind of Java program that is designed to be transmitted over the internet and automatically executed inside the Java compatible web browser. If the user clicks a link that contains an applet, the applet will download and run in the browser automatically. Applets were intended to be small programs typically used to display data provided by the server, handle user input, or provide simple functions such as a loan calculator. The key feature of applets is that they execute locally rather than on the server. In a sense, the applet allowed some functionality to be moved from the server to the client. And there are two very broad categories of objects that are transmitted between the server and the client. As you know, they are passive information and dynamic active programs. For example, when you read your email, you are viewing passive data. Even when you download a program, the program's code is still only passive data until you execute it. By contrast, the applet is a dynamic, self-executing program. Such a program is an active agent on the client computer, yet it is delivered by the server. But of course, after all, the applet began to be ignored by the prevail of JDK9, and it was completely wiped out when the JDK11 emerged. At the end, we want to compare the Java and the C#. Maybe you will ask that what is C# and how does it relate to Java? I want to answer this question by saying that a few years after the creation of Java, Microsoft developed the C# language. This is important because C# is closely related to Java. In fact, many of C#'s features directly parallel Java. Both Java and C# share the same general C++ style syntax, support distributed programming, and utilize a similar object model. There are, of course, differences between Java and C#, but the overall look and feel of these languages is very similar. This means that if you already know C#, then learning Java will be especially easy. Conversely, if C# is in your future, then your knowledge of Java will come in handy.